Welcome to The Groundwork, a weekly series of real talk for young men building real lives. I'm Salena, founder of Salyana Essentials, and a wellness coach who helps high-achieving people stress less, lead well, and live a life they actually love. This series is for young men navigating pressure, ambition, identity, and healing. It's not about being perfect. It's about having real tools, a grounded mindset, and knowing you don't have to carry everything on your own. And it starts with a truth that's hard to admit, but impossible to ignore. A lot of men were thrown into manhood without ever being shown how to actually live it. No one sits a young man down and says, "Here's how to process grief. Here's how to ask for help. Here's how to deal with rage without wrecking yourself. Here's how to love yourself when nobody else did." Instead, what I often hear, especially from Black men, is that they were expected to just figure it out. Manhood wasn't taught, it was assumed. And sometimes it came way too early. For many, the foundation was built on survival, growing up in single-parent households, losing loved ones before knowing how to cope, and being told to be the man of the house when they were still just boys. Male figures around them, often emotionally unavailable, hardened by their own pain, or simply not there. So the lessons came in silence, in anger, in emotional shutdown, in watching men disappear physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And somewhere along the way, that became the default. Don't cry, don't ask, don't feel too much, just handle it. But what gets buried doesn't disappear, it festers. And over time, it turns into exhaustion, emotional detachment, quiet suffering. And it shows. There are so many men who seem fine on the outside, successful, reliable, composed. But inside, they're barely hanging on. Here's what the numbers tell us. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for men between the ages of 25 and 54. In 2022, the rate was nearly 19 per 100,000. That's not just a statistic, that's real. That's sons, brothers, fathers, and friends who didn't feel like they had another way out. That's why this series exists, to offer another way. Because strength is not about how much someone can carry, especially in silence. It's about honesty. It's about facing what's heavy and saying, "This didn't start with me, but I don't want to pass it on either." So each week, I'll provide you with a reflection prompt. This week's reflection prompt is, what version of manhood were you shown? And what do you want to build instead? What felt real? What felt forced? And what needs to change for your sake? Write it down, sit with it. Let this be the start of building something that's actually yours, not just what you inherited. This is where the groundwork begins. Not with all the answers, but with the courage to look at the foundation and ask, is this really working for me? If this message resonates with you, pass it on. Someone else out there is carrying more than they should in silence. Subscribe to The Groundwork. New episodes drop every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And just know this, you're allowed to question the example you were given. You're allowed to rewrite the definition of manhood. And you are absolutely allowed to choose healing over hiding. This is the groundwork, and you're right on time.